This is Alyssa Lee with Who Let Us Out. It's so lovely to meet you. I was binge watching episodes last night.
Oh.
And, you know, it's all about beautiful properties. It's about money. I do have to ask, this is my first question because we are in a beautiful property.
Yeah.
How would you approach selling a place like this?
A place like this?
Yes.
So this is in LA. I am not in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this house is asking $58 million. It's on Bel Air Road. I think you are doing a precise targeted marketing campaign here. Bel Air Road became popular when Bruce Markowski sold his house for just under $100 million not that long ago. And at that point, people started building in this area, whether they should or shouldn't, because sometimes with traffic, it can take a long time to get down the hill. I'm not even from here and I know all this stuff.
You know more than
And
me.
I think you need to have a targeted marketing campaign to find the person that wants to buy the brand of Bel Air Road, and then combine that brand awareness with the person who then also needs this kind of space, right? This kind of space, this type of finish, this type of beautiful, I mean, we're in the bedroom, right? One of the bedrooms right now. This is a living room of a $60 million apartment in New York City. And then it's hand-to-hand combat of presenting the home to the right purchasers. That's how I do it.
So I have to ask, like, when you're watching the show, you're kind of like, you know, you have people coming in who are newbies and they're seeing all this money or these amazing buildings. What is your advice for somebody who sees what they can achieve, but they're kind of going into this expecting to get right to the top? But you
got to take those people out at the knees, you know? Like when people come into any business expecting to go from 1 to 100, there's a real kind of smack of reality that you have to give people. And we do that on the show, if you've seen it yet. Like there are a group of new agents who have said, you know what, I'm gonna do real estate in New York City because I watched Ryan on $1 Million Listing New York for 10 years. And if he can do it, I can do it. And I appreciate that. I love that. A lot of people have gotten into the business because of shows just like this. Except they expect to get a deal done in 47 minutes. And sometimes these deals take months, if not years. I'm selling a townhouse right now in the West Village that is closing in a week, where the process started 13 years ago. Now that's not normal, but it's possible, and you have to have endurance for the win. And so I always try to get people to get off of their high horse, stop focusing on the whales, and try to build a niche. What is your niche? You know, we teach personal branding as part of our education business, sellit.com, and what we always focus on with people is, what is your and? So you are, you know, you are media, let's say, and you're from London?
Leeds, England.
Leeds?
Yes.
So maybe that's part of your and, maybe leaning into that, right? Learningwithleads.com, I don't know, something like that, you know, it starts to become your slogan, and build that niche, because that niche that you create will allow you to then expand. Otherwise, you've got like a fishing pole and you're going to the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and you're like, how come I haven't caught a shark yet? Well, obviously.
So I kind of want to touch on the 13 years. What could cause something to take that long in real estate?
Very, very difficult sellers. Listen, sometimes it takes time for people to be educated. You know, in the United States, we sell real estate in what I think is a kind of a weird way, where the seller and their agents determine a price. And they say, we think the price should be this. And then you put it on the market and you say, all right, what does everybody else think? And if everybody else doesn't agree, then what do you do? You know, I was just in Australia yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And in Australia, they auction property, but it's a positive thing. You put something on the market with no price for 42 days. And in 42 days, there's a bid process, and it sells or it doesn't sell. But at least you know that it's going to sell. And if you don't get your price, you can try it again in a year. But yeah, that's why things can take 13 years. Because
When you're going into like something like this, what's the most difficult situation you've ever been in? I know on the show I watched a moment where you got a call and a sale didn't go through.
Always.
And I could kind of tell, like, you know,
Such is
it kind of
my life.
hurt because you had put the work in.
Yeah.
How do you move on from that and be like, you know what, it's okay. You know, there's going to be another one.
tomorrow's another day to turn it all around. Like the greatest deal I've ever done, I haven't even done it yet. That's what keeps me going. The greatest day I've ever lived, I haven't even lived it yet. If you don't think that way, it's hard to get out of bed.
You know what? That's a really good mantra. I'm going to take that away from this conversation.
Use it.
Thank you.
Of